Picture this. It's pouring rain. You're scrolling your phone and you see a post like, "Beach closed, high bacteria levels after storm." Cool. Love that for us. Then you walk into your bathroom, flush the toilet, and the water spins away like it's teleporting to another dimension. Here's the question nobody asks out loud. Is that beach closure connected to your toilet? Sometimes, yes. And the reason is simple. After you flush, your waste doesn't enter the sewer. It enters one of 3 different worlds. And which world you live in changes what happens during rain, what happens to local water, and what happens if your plumbing never decides to get dramatic. By the end, you'll know the 3 worlds your toilet might connect to, and why that's basically your home's hidden storyline. And yes, there will be jokes, because if we can't laugh at modern plumbing, what are we even doing? The 3 worlds your flush might enter. Let's start with the most normal. If you're in a lot of suburbs and newer parts of cities, you're likely in a separate sewer system, meaning rainwater has its own network and sewage has its own network. Your flush goes into a pipe system built for exactly one job, moving wastewater to a treatment plant. Imagine your flush entering an underground highway. It merges with your neighbor's flow, travels through bigger pipes, and eventually reaches a facility that's basically the world's most important unseen building. Now, treatment plants aren't magical. They're practical. The first thing the plant does is, honestly, the least glamorous job on Earth. It catches stuff that should never have been flushed. And yes, this is where flushable wipes go to be exposed as liars. It's like airport security, but instead of taking off your shoes, the system is removing things like rags, plastics, hair, grease blobs, the kind of stuff that makes pipes say, "No thank you." Then the cool part happens. Biology takes over. A huge part of modern treatment is basically hiring microscopic workers, bacteria and other microbes, to break down organic waste. They get oxygen, time, and the right environment. You get cleaner water. It's like having a tiny army of janitors that never unionize and never ask for vacation days. Eventually, treated water, called effluent, is released back into a river, lake, or ocean under strict rules. The leftover solids don't just vanish either. They're handled separately. So in World 1, your flush goes to a system designed for stability, predictable flow, predictable treatment, predictable outcome. And everything I just said is true until it rains. Because in the next world, rain doesn't just fall. Rain becomes a character in the story. World 2 shows up a lot in older American cities. Back then, the design choice was, let's put sewage and stormwater in the same pipe. That's a combined sewer. On a dry day, it behaves pretty normal. Your flush heads toward treatment like World 1. But when it rains hard, your sewer system suddenly has to handle 2 jobs at once. Everything people flush and everything the entire city's surface washes into drains. And stormwater is not polite. It arrives like it owns the place. So the pipe fills fast, the flow surges, and if too much arrives at once, the treatment plant can't process infinite gallons instantly. Nobody can. That's where a combined system has a built-in pressure relief called a combined sewer overflow. Translation, during extreme flow, the system may release a mix of stormwater and untreated sewage into nearby waterways to prevent something worse, like sewage backing up into streets and homes. And this is why that beach closure after a storm can be connected to toilets. Because in a combined sewer world, a rainstorm can change what your flush becomes. This is also why you'll sometimes see warnings after heavy rain. Avoid swimming, avoid contact, keep pets out of certain water, things like that. Now, here's the part that matters to you at home. If you've ever noticed stuff like your basement drain gurgling during storms, odd smells after heavy rain, or city alerts about overflow events, you might be living in World 2. And fixing it isn't like replace a pipe. It's decade-level infrastructure, storage tunnels, bigger capacity, separating stormwater lines, upgrades that take forever but massively improve water quality over time. So World 2 isn't bad, it's just old school, and rain exposes its limits. Now let's go to the third world, where your flush never even reaches a city plant. Because in World 3, your toilet is basically connected to your own property. If you're rural or in certain suburbs, you might be on Septic. Septic sounds scary because people picture a mysterious underground swamp. But a septic system is really a private mini treatment plant for your house. Here's a simple version. Wastewater goes into a buried tank, solids separate, and liquid flows out into a drain field where soil and microbes naturally filter and treat it. So yes, your yard is part of the system. And that's why where you live matters so much, because in Septic world, you don't just pay a bill, you own the responsibility. Maintenance isn't a suggestion, it's how you avoid expensive surprises. And what you flush affects your system first. Septic is usually quiet and reliable until it isn't. And when it isn't, it gets weird fast. A failing septic system doesn't send you a polite email. It sends you signals like, why is my yard suddenly a sponge? Why does the bathroom smell like a damp basement with a PhD? Why is the grass over that area thriving like it's getting protein shakes? Septic has two main enemies. Enemy 1, overload. Too much water, too fast, nonstop. Enemy 2, creative flushing. Grease, wipes, harsh chemicals. Your system is not a magical portal, it's a living environment. So septic isn't worse, it's just a different contract. The city doesn't run your system, you do. Now here's the part that feels like sci-fi, but is real. In some places, especially where water is scarce, treated wastewater doesn't just get discharged. It can be reused for irrigation, industry, and in some regions, even returned to groundwater supplies after advanced purification. So the journey isn't always one way. It can be part of a loop, which means in certain places, the water cycle is not a cute diagram from school. It's a working system where water is cleaned and reused because water is valuable. Your flush might not be gone. It might be back later, like a sequel nobody asked for but everyone needs. You might want to know that which world you're in. Here are the quick clues. If you have a septic tank or drain field, that means you're in World 3. If your city posts overflow alerts after storms, that means you're in World 2. If you're on city sewer in a newer area, that means you're in World 1. If you want the clean answer, check your utility website, your sewer bill, or your home inspection paperwork. So that's the truth. After you flush, your waste doesn't disappear. It enters a system, one of 3 worlds, with totally different rules. And once you see it, your brain starts noticing hidden systems everywhere. Next episode, we're tracing something else you throw away and never think about again. Your trash. Where it actually goes, step by step, and why the away you imagine is usually not the away that exists. Because modern life isn't magic, it's systems. And TRACEFOLD is where we unfold them.